Still sitting in a truck seat that's older than your favorite pair of work boots? Your back has been filing complaints for years. If your seat is worn out, sagging, or just plain uncomfortable, it's time for an upgrade. Head on over to seatspecialist.com. Check out their selection of quality replacement seats built to keep you comfortable mile after mile. And don't forget to use promo code TR104U to save 10% on your order. Seatspecialist.com, because a better ride starts with a better seat.
What's going on? What's cracking? What's the word?
Yeah. Gotta be thankful for each day we got, you know?
It's already limited already.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Life is already limited. Ain't no reason to make it shorter.
That's what's up, man. We could run that all day.
Yeah, what else is going on in the world?
I know, right? So, yeah, I was going to try to touch on the striking a balance. I'm going to make this podcast out. Welcome to Striking the Balance podcast episode, dedicated for helping truckers find harmony between life on the road and time with loved ones. I'm your host, Ray, and today we're diving into the challenges and solutions for maintaining a balanced life while managing a demanding trucking schedule. So, first is understanding the challenge. The reality of a trucker's schedule. You got the hours of service. You got 14. Well, I don't know how many hours typically. I mean, there's a lot of hours that we do, but I don't think we push it right to 14 every day.
No.
Yeah. But it says
not every day.
Yeah, and it was cool. It says that it impacts the family significantly and leaves with feelings of guilt and stress. You think that's true?
100%.
All right.
Yeah.
Says, wanted to ask you, says, when you take these long hour shifts, I know there's sometimes where you don't, right? But then what does it feel like when it moves into your personal life, for example? What does it do for you? Like when you feel it infringing on your family time, how does it affect you?
Well, it's always that thing that you're trying to balance, whether it's, working, it's not a 9 to 5. It's not open from 8 a.m. to, 9 p.m. So it's going around the clock. So I'm either finding the time to say, okay, the time that they're sleeping, I'll be at work, and then come home when they're awake or home from school, or going to school or going to work when they're at school, and then just missing them throughout the day and coming home when they're asleep. So that I'm trying to find that schedule to go off of, and typically what I aim for is either, more times out of 10, is the go to work when they're sleeping and come home when they're either getting home from school or awake. So then I have that time.
Because you work on a 24-hour clock.
Yes.
And it kind of rolls around. Sometimes you forget what day it is.
Yeah, they all go together.
Yeah,
Monday through Friday is.
So we need the antidote. I know when I look for an antidote. Yeah. It kind of helps you stay balanced.
Yeah.
I remember those times when I had to work 14 hours, it caused me to miss out on a lot with my daughter because she needed medical care, and I missed out on doctor's appointments. Then my wife, she's a great wife, who stepped in, did a great job. So it took teamwork. But over time, I found a way to manage it better versus the hours that I'm working and where I need to be there for my family. But yeah, there's a lot of guilt that goes with that. And there's a lot of times where you feel like you're not there when you should be for your family, because that's the main reason why I have the job in the first place, is for my family and taking care of their needs. So yeah, it's a tough juggle, because, you know, the more you work, the more you make because you're hourly being a local driver. But then the trade-off is you're missing that time with your family. So
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I like what you shared too, man. I mean, you got, you know, ones younger than mine, and they're in sports, got activities. I mean, I only got one. You got three, so it's a lot more involved.
And I don't know if there's ever really a balance. It's more of a give or take. It's kind of a rolling, you know, deal. I don't think I'm ever really balanced on my home life until the weekend, and then the rug's pulled out beneath my feet again. So
Yeah, do the catch up thing. I always picture it like being dunked underwater during the week. Then I come up for air on the weekend. Yeah,
it's a little nicer way to put it.
Yeah, you stay under.
Yeah. I guess my visual is just a little darker than that.
Yeah, you got one. I thought mine was dark.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just like kicked out in the middle of the night with just like my pajamas on and like a half a sandwich, and like getting drugged behind the back of a truck, and trying to keep myself together. And I know that this truck's gonna stop around a corner. Maybe it's not that bad. I don't know.
That is, man.
But it's. I mean, I tell you this. I never really, you know, having this type of job and working these type of hours. I don't think I've really never or paid attention. I mean, I've known this my whole life, but that there really is only 24 hours in a day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, you work 12 hours. There's only 12 hours left. So,
and 8 of them you're supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you really feel that when you do the 14 thing. It's like, dang, I gotta be back. I got 10 hours. There's only 10 hours.
I only got 2 hours really to get my food, shower.
Yeah, it's
relax, fall asleep. Yeah.
It's not too much you can do.
But most people don't get 8 hours of sleep. Their body just won't let them do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not most. Some. Maybe some.
I'm an 8 hour, I can tell you that.
You're an 8 hour guy. I think I'm a 6 hour guy.
Lately I've been doing closer to 6. Well, just because the last couple of weeks I've been completely in and out of schedules. So, but yeah, that's you know, you only can do what you can do.
So you're a 70-hour company that you work for, and then some people have a 60-hour company. Do you see the difference between those two, or because sometimes a 60-hour company find ways to get you go over the 60 to get a little clever with the hours.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it also has a lot to do with the size of the company.
They do those ride-alongs. You can go ride along with so-and-so. He'll get you there.
Yeah, that's I don't want no part of that.
You don't like that ride-along stuff, huh?
No. But I look at it this way. Why am I if you're in here, I don't need to be here. Ain't no reason for both of us to be up in here. You know?
Yeah, they say 2 gets it done faster.
Yeah, if you throwing something off of the truck.
Yeah, that's the 60-hour companies. And then, you know, we got the 34-hour reset. So they said effective time management. One of the keys to balancing work and family life is effective time management. Prioritizing quality time with your family and use technology to help manage your schedule. What do you think about that?
So, well, how do you figure that would go into play? How are you going to use technology to help manage your schedule? What make a schedule? I mean, I don't get on.
Yeah,
Elaborate.
you go on your calendar and start setting up a lot of appointments.
Oh yeah.
What I like to do is I tell my wife, I text her, and she sets up the calendar. And then I'm like, oh, you got to remember to look at the calendar.
Yeah, I got one of those too. I don't. Yeah, I got a problem looking at the calendar.
Yeah, the calendar, you got to remember it to look at it. And then sometimes
And
I
the
got to ask
calendar,
her, and
the
she looks at
calendar
it.
will also, the calendar will also get you in trouble
Huh?
too. The calendar can also get you in trouble
How's that?
because if you keep asking, so what are we doing? I wrote it on the calendar. If you look at the calendar.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know about the calendar, bro.
Yeah.
I need to look at the calendar. I think it'd be easier, and I'm one of the ones that actually advocated for the calendar. So that's terrible. So yeah, I get it. I get it.
Then they
It's
said communication is key. Regular and meaningful communication bridges the gaps during long absences. So use video calls, messaging apps, social media to stay connected with your loved ones. So I know you stay well connected with your family. I think that you set a real good example with that. And you make sure you're there for them, you know, all their important times by
oh yeah,
phone.
that's
Yeah.
well, if you got all this technology, for instance, the FaceTime, all that stuff, and you're not using that to check in with your kids. I mean, what are you really using it for?
That's real talk.
So yeah, I do that. I think that keeps me there.
So
Um,
do you feel like it's like, how does it make you feel when you use the technology? Like it make you wish you were there in person, or does it kind of like really actually make a difference? Because it kind of feels like a substitution.
yeah, I mean, it's seeing that person. Yeah, I mean, it's just seeing the person, looking at the person. I mean, it's just I guess it's soothing. I mean, and it's not all the time when we're video, whether we're video chatting. It's not every time that we talk. Certain things. Dad, look at this. Say for instance, I'm working at one shift where I'm not, seeing my daughter too much, but I'm seeing the other. So I haven't seen her for 2 days. Besides in the morning when she's, says goodbye to me and I'm half asleep. I'll jump on the video chat real quick just to see her face and her to see mine. My daughter has more of a hard time, or she has displayed it, understanding and feeling sorry for how long that I'm gone. The boys don't really understand or really haven't, you know. My daughter is more like, I just feel bad that you're away so much.
Mm-hmm. She is the oldest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So she gets it more, but
Mm-hmm.
I've said this time and time again, that the ship of sailing what I want to do is gone. Now I got to do what I got to do. By no means was truck driver something I planned to be when I was a little kid. It wasn't, you know, my number one occupation that I was trying to be. But I was presented with an opportunity to become a truck driver and make some good money, and a substantially shorter amount of time than it was going to take for me to go to college. So, with that being said, I was more apprehensive to take on that role and pursuing the truck driving job just due to that by itself.
Yeah. Same here.
So That's how that rolls.
Yeah, I mean, I like trucks. I love driving, but yeah, you always kind of aspire for something more. I don't know why truck driving seems to be like less than. It's not that we look down on the industry. You just, I mean, you got your aspirations. You know, me and you both grew up in a time where I want to be like Mike. You know, so
Mm.
that was, you know, that was aspiring these big dreams, and so yeah, coming down to somewhat reality of, hey, this is what I got, this is what I can work with, and I can make the best with it. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It,
Oh no.
yeah, it's not looking down on the industry at all. You know, some people do have that perception of trucking that it's just you're dumb and you can't do nothing else with your life. And then some people think, wow, truck drivers are really smart. They're like, wow, I couldn't do what they're able to do. So yeah, it's a wide range on the spectrum of how people look at a truck driver and when they decide to choose to be a truck driver. And I like to tell people, hey, trucking's gonna be here when you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Hey,
there
it's not.
waiting for
It's
you.
not going nowhere.
No, it ain't.
It's and it's not for everybody. Just because it's you're not going anywhere. I mean, you got to be able to. You got to know your limitations.
Yeah. I mean, there's some couples that do truck driving. I pitched it to my wife, but it didn't go nowhere.
I couldn't do that. I want no part of that. Kudos to those that can.
But yeah, yeah, it's an intimate thing. You know, we're talking about our families and how we spend the time. So yeah, it's a struggle. It says keep your family in the loop with the schedule. It says you know, for example, my wife and I we share a calendar. We have a family calendar, and then there's the work calendar. So I think we can go on the phone setting, and you can. I think one's a
Yep.
different color. Yeah, and that way when she books something, I get notified to add it. And it's like one person basically can manage that calendar. And like I said, go back. I still ask her, hey, what do we got on the schedule? She looks and go, bam. Like, you know, I
Yeah,
can
that's
look,
something I'd like to get better with.
but then if something's on her calendar for her, because, you know, she's self employed, if something's on her work calendar that's not on mine, I ask her because I may not be able to see it. So I still got to check with her.
Then we go. Then we now we got the conflict.
Yeah.
Crucial conflict.
And then, you know, you tell people, hey, I gotta check. And then you come back and tell them I can't do it. And they be like, why? Because your wife told you? I'm like,
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
is that?
Yeah.
I mean, why you got, we in this together? Like,
See, the best thing to do with that whole thing is just don't say nothing.
they say, man,
Just
I got something on the 15th. You want to go?
man, man, hold up, man. I gotta check this out, man. I'm in a strong man competition, and I can't remember what day it's falling on. And then you go, then you the whole time you lying, and then you go and call your wife, find out what's really jiving. And then you come back, you be like, man, you know what? I got my days all mixed up, man. That contest ain't till next month, you know.
Yeah.
And then that's how you. I had never done that before. I just
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then, you know, yeah. Then I talk to guys too, truck,
well, because
call the
I've
shot.
had guys that I've had guys at work like, yeah, man, I gotta go and check this schedule, and man, like you gotta go and call his wife, and I know the whole time, man, what you think about me working the schedule? And I know I do it. I even called
Yeah.
somebody at I called somebody at work for doing it one time. The whole time I'm saying, I said, I'm no good, man. I know I call my wife and say the same thing. I even remember saying, I said, man, we should call your wife and ask her what schedule you want to work.
Oh, God, somebody said that?
Yeah. We should call your wife and ask her what schedule we can work.
Yeah. They're trying to cause problems.
Yeah, man. Everybody act like they
Yeah.
tough guy.
I'm tough. Call the
Yeah.
shots, but then you hear about stuff later where yeah,
Yeah, I don't
somebody
call
ain't
the
happy.
shots.
Somebody ain't happy.
Yeah, I don't even
Yeah, you called the shots then, man. That's what happens. You gotta pay the cost to be the boss there.
I'm a shot caller.
Yeah, they would be the shot caller and come with a price. So I'd rather do it together as a team. I think that works pretty good. And then they feel included. They feel like, I know why he's gone, and they got that buy-in. They
Oh,
understand. Hmm?
oh, that's good. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they feel like they're part of the decision. I mean, it's not like, oh man, it's all him. Or all, then you wonder what's going on 20 years later. I ain't saying that's why
Man,
that stuff happens. I'm saying like,
man, I just want to let you know I'm proud of you, man. You on a roll today. You saying all the right things, man. You 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 unrolled into real, you really balancing stuff out now, man. You got it all. You
uh,
got a
yeah,
little
that's of
doctor
course this is
bills.
all ideal situation. And a lot of the time
Yeah,
this stuff don't even work, man. This stuff you might just
yeah,
throw
I
it
know,
out
but
there.
you're giving me hope, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm really
Oh, shoot.
you're saying all the right
Oh
things, man.
man.
You really got it going on, guys.
This is make sure you got traditions. Creating family traditions can help maintain sense of normalcy and connection. These
Oh
rituals
yeah,
that everyone can look forward to. So a lot of people got dates to remember. So it's good.
yeah, all that stuff's important.
Advice, from expert truckers. Spoke with several seasoned truckers who shared their advice in maintaining balance. They emphasized the importance of setting boundaries and prioritizing family time. So it's not nothing. It's important. And if you get into trucking, you gotta maintain the balance, even if it's by yourself. That's why
Well, I think that one's a little easier to do, just because it's more a lot of older people, guys that might be a little settled down a little more. I'm not saying across the board, but for the most part, um, where a lot of that stuff is, easier to come by. You know what I'm saying? As far as not juggling so much of your friends and you know, being more established at home. That makes sense.
yeah, it makes sense. I know we got some real good friends that are single, and they're working on the car, they're doing the yard, they're going sporting, good, going up north, fishing, hunting, uh, going hanging out with the buddies, all kinds of stuff. They get it done too. They get it done. They got this. Some of the guys they plan out the whole year. They be
Yeah.
putting in the work, and that's commendable, even for the single guy, because they're saying like physical health, mental health, personal examples. I think is really good for even if you're by yourself. Your family's just one person. Just because you may not have a wife, but you're still a family of one. You got to take care of yourself. You got to be all that, for yourself. You talk about
Yeah.
friends that they
That
out
don't sound
there.
fun.
It don't.
That don't sound fun.
We don't want.
That
Some
sounds
people
brutal.
like that stuff, man. They like
What?
that freedom. I know a
Yeah,
buddy of
that's yeah.
mine. A lady just moved into the area, and she bought a whole house just
A
by
whole
herself.
house, huh?
Yeah,
The whole, the whole thing, not half of it,
and then went go half on it.
huh? Not even a half. She didn't buy a half. Bought the whole house. That's like somebody buying half a ticket.
Walk right into that one.
That's like that's like me asking you, do you want to go to a sporting event and let's go half on a ticket?
I walked right into that one.
Yeah,
Right.
I liked it. I like a buddy of mine. I got a buddy of mine. The buddy of mine is always code for some. Whenever you or I say a buddy of mine, that's that's code. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, it's the bullshit. Yeah, we know what that means. I'm sure they know what that means. He got a lot of buddies. He uses their name though. Such good friends. Why doesn't he stay with you?
That's pretty good. Right at mine.
He got me. He got me there. Like they don't know who they are.
Uh,
My
shit.
bad. So yeah, that's well, and there has to be a lot of other areas that we haven't touched on, far as the mental health, the ones that we've done over the last couple of weeks, whether if it's fitness. What have we tracked on over the last couple of weeks? Sorry, I'm still laughing.
Nutrition. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nutrition,
nutrition,
fitness.
fitness, and
Now we're talking about the family time, keeping it
yeah, so
balanced.
they all go together. And you know, if we, I'd be lying if any of these things were technically mastered out by me, because they're not.
No, I'm not. I failed or I fall flat on my face many times. Yeah.
But I think the fact that just talking about it's important.
Yeah. Or reaching for it. Even if, maybe it's just a goal that, hey,
Yeah.
I could do this. It's possible to do at least a fraction of it. And that fraction will make a difference. And then too, I've talked with people that told me, uh, the repair part too is important. So if you screw up somewhere in here, the repair part, taking the time to repair it is great. It goes a long ways with your young ones. You may not feel like that in the moment, but if you say things or admit the things and say, I know we haven't been communicating the best. I've been under stress, haven't been getting sleep. I'm
Well,
sorry.
so that's one right there. The stress that comes from not getting enough sleep, and then the stress that also comes along with not thinking that we're here enough, present enough, being frustrated with yourself that you're not there, and what that creates. It's I mean, I'm a big advocate on when you're wrong, don't come up with an excuse why you're wrong. Just admit that you're wrong, and sometimes you are might be a little short, might be a little irritated,
Yeah.
and owning up to that is a big part of being a man.
Yeah. Being vulnerable is being strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
that's
I'm that guy. You can come talk to me
yeah.
anytime. Tell me I did something wrong. Hey, I'll take the time to consider it. That's what I tell my daughter.
Yeah, I'll take the time to consider it. I like that. I'll consider it. I
I ain't
ain't
gonna shut
saying
it
I
down. I'll
did
be
it.
like, all right, you got me.
I ain't saying I did it, but I'll consider the fact that I might have done it.
And then I do see it, and then time plays out, and I'm like, man, they really meant well. That might have been hard for them to tell me, and I should be more approachable. It definitely does help you see where they love you and they want what's best for you too. So you get something back in return when they come and talk to you and tell you, hey man, I didn't want to tell you this, but there it is.
Well, a lot of times that's all it really takes, and that's all really it should take. Because sometimes we don't really even see what we did to somebody or how somebody took what we did or reacted.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah, we don't.
I've had that happen to me before, where I've said something or done something and I, what's wrong? And then, the way you said that to me, I took it as in blah, blah, blah. And it's like, actually I'm sorry you took it that way. That's not where I was trying to go with this at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like being on the road.
It's
Cutting somebody off.
misunderstandings, man. But, that's the conversations we got to have. Sometimes people want to avoid it. They don't want to talk about it. Then people just grow apart, even if it's just on the friendship level. Maybe we need a little time. That's fine. But we got to have these difficult conversations and not screaming and yelling unproductive. I mean, I guess if you got to get it out, but we got to take the time to just say, hey, I'm trying here. What can I do better? Or, hey, I didn't like the way that went. Man.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I think that people just need to, swallowing your pride. And I've said it before on here, showing empathy, understanding how someone else could feel.
Put the
Maybe you did say it.
Right.
It's not the end of the world. Yeah, that's a big problem. Nobody likes to be wrong. That's a big issue.
There you go. Yeah. I always want to be right.
What you mean? No, there's no way I did that. Look at Puff Daddy. He didn't want to be wrong until they showed the videotape.
Yeah, that's something.
He didn't say he did none of this.
Yeah, you got something going on. Well, even this podcast. I mean, I could say something wrong. I mean, I'm sure I probably did just 5 minutes ago. And
oh, I know.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was wrong. I just think it was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and nobody's going to do it just right.
So you put that in, showing empathy and, admitting fault. How much better would be as a society and as motorists on the road, driving with each other, understanding, one thing I remember when I got my CDL is one of the things they talked on and they touched on about, road rage and things like that. It was always be sympathetic to where that person could be going. They taught us that maybe that guy just got a phone call and his wife got in a bad accident and he's rushing to the hospital. Maybe his mom just died and that's the reason he's driving like that. Instead of always thinking the worst of every scenario or just, thinking that person's an a-hole, there could be a what if on the other side.
Yeah. And that's the side we rarely get to see. We probably never know it. And even if you're not on the road, we got the dispatch. We don't know what's going on. We got the supervisors and the managers. We don't know what's going on the other side. And the same is for them. We didn't see that deer come out of nowhere.
Yeah, so that should give you something there, man.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to Striking the Balance. Stay safe on the road. And remember, find the balance as possible with the right strategies and support. Now, if you guys could just do us a favor, follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram.
You can also find us on TikTok, YouTube. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. For any more tips and updates. So follow us on those platforms that you like, any of them that you prefer, and we'll be there. And that's delivered.
Are you a trucker looking for a safe and reliable place to park? Look no further than Truck Parking Club. With locations across the country, we've got the perfect spot waiting for you, whether it's daily or long-term parking. And right now, use promo code DELIVERED at checkout for an exclusive discount. Reserve your spot today at truckparkingclub.com and drive stress-free, knowing your parking is covered.